Hello cinephiles, it has been a while since the last update, and that's mostly just because summer, you know, and also I think it was sort of a pipe dream to say this would be a weekly thing when I'm so bad at staying on schedule, which I don't know how that bodes for me as a filmmaker. So I made a film, a short film that's 8 minutes long and might be my NYU application film. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it yet. That's sort of the thing with making, with creating, is that I feel like the creator always knows they can do better. Hard to ever feel really satisfied with the work until, you know, it's your magnum opus, and how do you know when it is? This really good quote from Christopher Nolan, who said that he likes watching movies where the filmmaker thought that was the best movie they'd ever made and that would ever exist, because when he watches those films, he ends up leaving satisfied. And if the film doesn't feel that way, then it feels like a waste of time to him. I think there's there's a confidence that you definitely need in order to be a filmmaker. And in those same regards, Danny Boyle, who directed The Olympics and also directed Slumdog Millionaire, Millions, Sunshine, 127 Hours, Trainspotting, he said that the reason he took the job for directing The Olympics is that when they called him and they said, "Would you like to direct the Olympics?" he thought to himself, the person who directs the Olympics needs to have confidence and needs to be able to say, "I can do this." And he definitely felt that way, and he thought, I have the confidence that they need for this project, they need me. And so I guess sort of the more films you make, at least with me, the more short films that I've made, the more confident I get, the more that I sort of know how I'm going to have to do audio, the lighting that my camera is able to handle, etc. I guess that's where you sort of build confidence. Recently I've been watching a lot of Richard Linklater, and his film Waking Life just sort of blew my mind just because of its creative intensity. He had no qualms when making that movie. When you make a movie like that, you can't expect it to get blockbuster gross, but you can expect it to be a work of passion and a work of the mind, and it definitely is, and it makes you think so many things while making you see all these colors and all these fantastic visuals. And I think that's what makes a really great filmmaker, is when you can combine thoughts with vision, literally vision, not just creative vision. But if you think about David Lynch or Steven Spielberg, or recently Christopher Nolan, and soon Rian Johnson with Looper, because I think that movie's going to make him big, these directors are directors who really know what they want to put on the screen. And Stanley Kubrick said, anything that can be thought or written can be filmed, and I think it's that sort of filmmaking confidence and vision that sort of ties you into being great. And so after seeing Richard Linklater's complete filmography, which I've done now, I sort of feel like filmmakers should be trying to tackle big subjects without ever being boring on screen. If you think about Christopher Nolan, he has some really deep themes, but you never feel like you're watching an art house picture. And inversely, I saw Beasts of the Southern Wild, which is very much an indie film that when you're watching it almost feels like it could be playing at every AMC. And so I think balancing this tightrope of creative vision and sort of pretentiousness, and over here, mass appeal. Once you have a very clear and powerful vision, and you have a way to get that to a huge audience that isn't going to be walking out of the theater, Tree of Life, once you have that, then you're sort of golden as a filmmaker.